If you're seeing this right now, I'd like to know if you've watched The Notebook. Did you ever think that's exactly how love should be? Someone who writes you 365 love letters, builds your dream house, and dies holding your hand. For a long time, I thought that too. My mom said it was the most romantic movie ever. But as I got older, I realized it's not just a love story. It's a fantasy that twists how we see real relationships. This movie became a phenomenon because it sells us the idea that love means big, dramatic gestures and total sacrifice. It feels intense, and who wouldn't want that? But it's not really about healthy love. It's about obsession, chaos, and pain disguised as romance. Historian Stephanie Kuntz, in her book Marriage: A History, explains that marrying for passionate love is a modern idea. Films like The Notebook made us believe that emotional intensity should be the foundation of relationships, even if it's unstable or unrealistic. Recall the storyline of Noah writing 365 letters to Allie after she disappears. The movie calls it devotion. In real life, that's obsession, and maybe even stalking. And building a house to win back someone who's engaged, that's emotional manipulation, but the movie frames it as romantic. I remember watching that house scene and thinking, that's love. And because of that, I stayed hung up on someone who had already moved on. I believed if I waited long enough, like Noah and Allie, it would work out. But it didn't, and it made me question what love really is. The movie pushes the idea that love always wins, but their relationship is full of arguments and drama. It's framed as epic, but real love needs more than passion. It needs communication, trust, and emotional maturity. A 2014 study by Brumbaugh and Fraley looked at rekindled romances. They found people with anxious attachment styles who fear abandonment are more likely to idealize exes and try to reconnect. But only 14% of those relationships last, and most don't end with a happy ending. And it's not just research. On Reddit, a woman shared how her boyfriend constantly checked his ex's social media. She felt insecure, unsure if his heart was still with her. This kind of emotional stuckness shows how media ideals can trap people in the past. We're all affected by stories like The Notebook. They teach us to see pain and sacrifice as signs of true love. But that's dangerous, and often keeps us in relationships that don't serve us. I used to believe that if there wasn't drama, there wasn't love. That tension meant passion. But that mindset made me ignore red flags in others and in myself. When things ended, I didn't see it as growth. I saw it as failure. Because The Notebook told me love always finds its way back. When we let go of that fantasy, love becomes healthier and more stable. It reduces pressure to live up to impossible stories. We gain clarity about when to stay or walk away. Real love is about choice, not destiny. It helps us appreciate real people for who they are, not for some perfect ideal. Some movies do get it right. The Spectacular Now shows love as messy and uncertain, like real life. La La Land focuses on dreams and timing instead of forever, and Someone Great on Netflix centers on healing and moving on rather than romantic reunion. Once you realize what The Notebook is really selling, you can start defining love your own way. That means questioning the romantic tropes media gives us, reading or watching critics who unpack those stories, and talking honestly with people about what real love feels like. Look for how stable, healthy love shows up in your friendships and relationships. It's about respect, communication, and mutual support, not grand gestures or endless drama. Love doesn't have to be dramatic to be meaningful. It can be calm, it can be safe, and that kind of love, the one grounded in reality, is just as beautiful, maybe even more.